Okay, based on the provisions of the Finance Act 2019, this affects basically people who are operating business accounts. But how this will be managed in practice is yet to be seen because there has not been any direction as to that or circular release in respect of that. So if you are an individual operating a business account, you would definitely require the tax identification number. And we've also seen that in practice, there's so many other things, so many other transactions that you might want to enter into, which will require you as an individual to provide a tax identification number, notwithstanding the fact that this is not provided for in the law. Gratuity based on the provisions of the Finance Act is expressly not required to be subjected to tax. Also, if we look at the provisions of the sixth schedule of PITA, the Personal Income Tax Act, gratuity is totally exempted from tax. Okay, the major highlights and the amendments as provided for by the Finance Act 2019, we look at pension, how some years back, before the enactment of the Pension Reforms Act, companies required to get a joint tax board approval for their pension scheme before it can be allowed for corporate income tax purposes. Okay. But with the advent of the mandatory pension scheme, companies are no longer required to get that approval. So Finance Act has just put it in proper perspective that companies would not be required to get this approval. Another notable amendment is the submission of objection letters via courier, via emails. This is in line with the paradigm shift in technology, and this also can be seen as a resource savings in terms of time that people, especially when you look at a Lagos environment, for instance, where people have to spend hours in traffic to get to the tax offices. So this will reduce man hours spent on this. Also, the sections relating to personal reliefs in terms of grant of children allowance, dependent relative allowance, life assurance premium, and disability allowance. This has been deleted. The disability allowance relates to additional allowance that a disabled person who uses special equipment in the performance of his duties can claim. So this has been deleted. Also, in section 74 has included section 73 to be part of the deductions at source that would expressly incur penalties and interest in the event that a company does not remit or remits late. Thank you.